Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about topic the plan cost management process. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in project management or you are planning to give exam or PMP in near future. So let's start. First of all, I would request to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well so that my videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, whenever we are implementing any project, the most important question which came arise is that how much cost is required to complete a project. Okay, so this is the most important question. Now, the plan cost management is basically a process as defined in the PMBOK guide, project management body of knowledge, which is a book issued by PMI, project management institute. And this process tells you that how you can basically identify, define, document and manage the project cost. It will be used for estimating, budgeting and controlling throughout the life cycle of a project. So this is the part. Plan cost management is the part of project cost management knowledge area as defined in the 10. There are 10 knowledge areas in the project management body of knowledge PMBOK guide, and one of the process in the project cost management is the plan cost management. It is part of the planning actually. Now the inputs for this process, first is the project management plan. Project management plan is basically a combination or set of different plans, including like the project schedule, communication plan, risk management plan, procurement management plan. So many plans are there, and one of the plan is the cost management basically as well, that how will you cost, how will you manage the cost. Then project charter is another input. That means it will tells you the whenever we are starting a project charter is to be issued. If it is like a you can think of this as a birth certificate, like uh, it whenever a child has a birth, it has a name, it has the specification, location, etc. Similarly, whenever we are starting any project, it has a name, it has the it has a high level scope, deliverable, project manager name. So many things are there. Similarly, project charter, it tells you about the constraints and limitations about the cost management as well. Another input is the enterprise environmental factor. That means the different factors, including like the market conditions, industry standards, which will basically affect or impact the cost actually. Then organizational process assets, OPS, basically it has the information and historical data that can influence the cost management planning. For example, in the past, a project of e-commerce solution was done with a, for example, within a cost of let's suppose $3,000, for example. So you can assume, you can think about it that it will impact the planning in the future as well. The tools and techniques are expert judgment. Expert judgment means that you will sit with some expert person who has the domain knowledge, who has the technical knowledge, you can say, about the cost. Okay, so you can have a discussion, you can have a meeting with them as well. Then data analysis means the analyzing the relevant data such as historical project information to better understand the cost related factors. Then meetings means that having a meeting with relevant stakeholders to gather input and ensure alignment on cost management approaches. So these are the tools and techniques for plan cost management. The output of this whole process is basically the cost management plan. Okay, because we are basically planning the cost, and the output is the a document is basically outline the project cost with the estimated, budgeted, managed and controlled. Now this document contains, first one is the units of measure. It defines how quantities will be measured. Then the level of precision, which specifies the level of accuracy required for cost estimates. Organizational procedure links describes how the project will use existing organizational processes for cost management. The reporting formats outline the format for presenting cost information. Rules of performance measurement defines criteria for measuring project performance. Control threshold, which sets the limits within which variances are acceptable before corrective action is required. Control threshold mean basically it defines that at this level is acceptable, and after this level it will not be acceptable. The roles and responsibilities, it defines who is responsible for various cost management activities. Funding limit reconciliation describes how funding limits will be managed and reconciled. Methods for monitoring and controlling cost outlines the techniques and tools that will be used for monitoring and controlling cost. Process descriptions documents the processes involved in cost management. So all those things are basically part of the uh, cost management plan. The next thing is the considerations in the plan cost management. First is the cost estimation methods. That means the how will you estimate the cost. There are so many techniques nowadays available, like for example bottom up estimation, analogous estimation. So many techniques are nowadays available. So whenever you are planning, it's matter that which technique you will use. Then budgeting, that means establish a project budget, which is a time phase cost baseline used for project cost control. So that means you must have a budget. For example, you have a budget of $3,000 for a project in which the project must have to be completed. The project cost cannot exceed more than $3,000 because it is the budget. Then risk and contingency planning. Contingency planning means that if any risk occurs, so you must have some buffer so that you can. For example, you have a budget of $3,000, but $500 is basically a contingency buffer which can be added if things are not controlled. Monitoring and controlling procedures, which define how project cost will be monitored and controlled, including the frequency of reporting and the methods for addressing variances. Variance means that, for example, the planned cost was $3,000 and the actual cost is $3,500. So there is a variance, so you must have to take the corrective action here if that is required. This is the variance, means the planned minus actual cost. Here friend, the importance of cost management is very important. That means first one, it provides a roadmap for cost management activities throughout the project. It establishes a baseline for project cost against which actual performance can be measured. It ensures that all stakeholders have a common understanding of how cost will be managed. By undertaking the planned cost management process, project managers can set a solid foundation for effective cost control, helping to ensure that the project is completed within budget constraints and delivering value to the organization. So friend, thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues, and thanks a lot for watching.